Are you interested in changing your life? Do you feel like your current life situation right now isn't benefiting you? Do you feel like there's not a lot of direction in your life? Are you confused as to what it is that you want out of your life? If you answered yes to any of these questions, in today's video, I'm gonna help you awaken to your true abilities and help you gain direction so you can live the life of your dreams. Let's just jump right into it. Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Noah, back again with another YouTube video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I help people awaken to their true abilities through wellness and spirituality, aka Noah's Ark. And in today's video, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today, is how you can awaken to your true abilities. And what do I mean by this, right? Oftentimes in our life, we are very confused as to what it is that we want out of our life, and we're also we don't feel like we necessarily have a purpose. You know, this was me a couple years ago. I didn't really have a lot of direction in my life, and I didn't have a sense of self-worth, right? I didn't view myself in a way to where I was positive, you know what I'm saying? And this can be very detrimental, but very normal at the same time, because oftentimes we're led in certain different directions by other people, right? Whether that be our parents, whether that be our family members, whether that be our neighbors, our friends. Oftentimes we are influenced by our peers, the people around us, and sometimes this can lead to us doing things that we don't necessarily want to do with our life, right? This can sometimes lead to us taking on career paths that we aren't necessarily passionate about. And the issue with this is that we aren't doing these things for ourselves, right? We're doing these things for other people. Now, the reason why we're doing these things for other people is because they feel that it's best for us, you know, and so they don't have any bad intentions by it for wanting you to do something that they feel is best for you. But the reality of the situation is, you know exactly what's best for you better than anyone else, right? You know yourself better than you know anyone else. Why? Because you live with yourself each and every single day, right? And so this can be key when we want to change our life and awaken to our true abilities, because it starts with self-awareness. You know, we have to be willing to understand ourselves, right? And this is how we can awaken to our true abilities, because something that is important is understanding the law of vibration. Now, this law is a universal law, meaning that it can't be created by man, you know? And the important thing about this law is understanding that everything is energy, meaning that everything vibrates at a certain frequency, right? And because of this means that our life is very malleable, meaning that we can create a life that exactly we want to live, right? We can create the perfect life for us, based on our belief systems, based on how we view ourselves, based on what actions we take, right? That's all part of manifestation, the manifestation process. And so when we understand that, we can understand that we have the ability to change our life, right? And whenever we understand that we have the ability to change our life, it comes down to learning about ourselves, right? Like I said before, having self-awareness can be crucial, because it allows us to awaken to our true abilities. And if we want to change our life situation, we have to be able to understand that we are capable of it, right? We have to believe that we're capable of changing our life, because when we don't believe that we're capable of changing our life, then it's not possible, right? Because we're not open to believing that it's possible, right? And our belief system dictates our reality. You know, whatever we believe dictates what we perceive as true or not. And that is why it is important to change your belief system, right? What are some of the beliefs that you have about yourself, right? Is there a belief that you are only worthy of a certain number of money in your life, right? Do you only see yourself as the company that you work for, right? Is that the limit that you have on yourself? And the reason why I bring this up is because I used to view myself as not very worthy, not very worthy of living the life of my dreams. And honestly, a lot of the beliefs that we have come from our parents, right? Our friends, our family members. But most of our beliefs actually come from our parents because they are the ones who are primarily raising us, right? And whether it's our parents or our guardians, right? Whoever the people who are taking care of us, those are the belief systems primarily that we take on. You see, and once we understand this, then we understand that it's not our fault that our life isn't how we want it to be, necessarily, right? And once we understand this, we are open to change it. We're open to changing how we view ourselves, right? And something that has changed my life is I am affirmations, right? I am affirmations are positive affirmations that you say to yourself after I am, because I am are two of the most powerful words in the English language, and they can help change your life just like how they help change mine, right? And if you have viewed my channel, you guys know the story about how I actually gained confidence through I am affirmations, and this was the first transformative period in my life, right? This was the first time where I was able to awaken to my true abilities, because I understood the power that my words hold, right? Our words are like spells, that's why they call it spelling, right? They hold a very powerful frequency. That is why the universe gave us a tongue, to be able to speak highly about ourselves, right? And to speak highly about other people, right? And so once we understand this, we understand that our subconscious mind has been programmed a certain way to view ourselves a certain way and to perceive life a certain way. And once we're aware of this, we can change it, right? Like I said before, the law of vibration states that everything is energy, meaning that everything vibrates at a certain frequency, but you can always change your dominant vibration. You can always change the frequency that you vibrate at. And part of it is, a lot of it I'd say is through how you speak to yourself. So I have a question for you. What words do you say to yourself? Even if you're joking, it doesn't really matter, because the subconscious mind picks up on the frequency of your tongue, the frequency of the words that you speak. And so do you have a very dark sense of humor? Do you always talk about yourself in a very dark, insulting way? And if you do, I want to tell you now that that's okay. It's not your fault, and I want you to understand that it's normal. Especially if we're around people who talk very negatively about themselves. It's just a certain vibration. It doesn't make it wrong or right. Right? But if you want to change your life for the better, and you want to gain the most value out of your life, and you want to live your dream life, which in my opinion is the life that you came here to live, then we have to become aware of some of the things that we tell ourselves. And I want to go on a story about how I gained confidence. I used to work at a job a couple years ago where I used to view myself as a very awkward person. That was the story that I kept telling myself. And before I go on, the stories that we tell ourselves are also very crucial in terms of, how we perceive our life, because the stories at the end of the day, they don't really matter. These stories are just stories that we perpetuate on, and because, the only reason that they live on is because we keep telling ourselves them. And so that is changeable as well. But going back to my story about how I used to work in the mall, I used to view myself as a very awkward person, right? And I used to always tell myself, man, I'm so awkward. I'm an awkward guy. That's kind of how I perceived myself. That's how I viewed myself. And because of this, that is how other people viewed me. Everyone else viewed me as the awkward person, right? Because that's how I viewed myself. And so what did I do about it? I actually found positive affirmations, which is anything positive that you say after I am. So this can be I am powerful, I am brave, I am strong, I am courageous, I am successful, right? I'm abundant, I am prosperous. Those are just a couple. But the one that I took on was I didn't want to be I didn't want to be an awkward person, right? I wanted to change that. I wanted to become a person who exuded confidence. So what did I do? I started telling myself, I am confident. And this is very powerful, especially if you look at yourself directly in the eyes, in the mirror, and tell yourself, I am confident, I am powerful. Now, once you start to do this, right, your ego will start to say, or your mind will tell you, no, you're not, no, you're not. But don't listen to that, right? Because that's just your mind feeding your subconscious thoughts, right? And so what did I do? I said, I am confident to myself each and every day. I was like, I am a confident person. I am confident. So what happened? At first I didn't really believe it. I was like, okay, I wanted to believe it, right? But I didn't, my subconscious didn't believe it because I was so used to calling myself an awkward person, right? But what happened? After 2 weeks of telling myself that I was a confident person and looking myself in the mirror and saying, I am confident, I actually started believing it, right? I started believing that I was a confident person. And because I started believing that I was this confident person, I would come into work and everyone would view me as that, everyone viewed me that way, right? And I was able to change my life because of it. My life literally changed. How did it change, Noah? It changed because whenever I went into work, because I exuded confidence is a very attractive energy, right? And so I started getting invited to go out and hang out with people that I thought were very attractive, right? Girls, really very attractive girls would invite me to hang out at the beach or just to certain events, right? And I wasn't really used to that at all because that's never really happened to me. And all it took was a matter of changing how I viewed myself, right? And that is, I don't tell this story to brag, right? But I tell this story to let you know that this can happen to anybody. My self-confidence was very, very low throughout most of my life. It was very, very low. I never thought that I could attract anything special into my life, right? But just through saying this mantra, I am confident, it completely changed my life because I started to view myself as that confident person. And because I viewed myself as a confident person, I started taking on more positive affirmations, right? And I started seeing my life change in my favor, right? And that is the power of your tongue. That is the power of the words that you speak, is you can change your life based on it, right? And that is how you awaken to your true abilities. If you truly want to change your life, it comes down to changing how you view yourself. And once you start to view yourself in a very high light, as very high value, you'll start to attract people that view themselves the same way, right? Now, another key aspect of awakening to your true abilities is understanding what you love to do, right? What is something that every time you do it, it gives you joy, it gives you happiness? This is what's going to be key for you to change your life. How do you find what you love to do? How do you find out something that you enjoy doing, right? First of all, intuitively some of the stuff that you enjoy because, everyone has a hobby or everyone has something that they enjoy doing. But number two, maybe you don't have a lot of things that you enjoy doing, right? If this is the case, sit with yourself. Practice stillness. Be with yourself, because in that stillness is when you are able to understand a lot more of yourself, right? Practice meditation. Meditation has changed my life for the better. And if you want to check out videos on meditation, I have a couple on my YouTube channel. I actually have a playlist, so you can go check those videos out. But it has changed my life for the better, and it has allowed me to learn a lot more about myself. And this is how you can awaken to your true abilities, is being able to be present. Because meditation teaches us presence, and it also teaches us a lot more about what we enjoy doing and what we love to do, right? And so once we understand what we love to do, we can take action towards what we want to create in our life. We start to understand what's taking up our time that isn't necessarily serving us, right? And once we understand what we love to do, we can start visualizing what we want our life to look like, right? And so close your eyes right now and picture what you want your dream life to look like. If you have a dream life, you know, what does that look like? What house are you in? What are you doing each and every single day? You know, this is how you're gonna be able to change your life, is understanding what's something that you can do each and every single day that gives you happiness and brings you joy. You know, what's something that you can do as a job that you never get bored of, right? Pick that as something that you want to do in your life. And it doesn't have to be specifically one thing. You know, you can do multiple different things, right? That's the beauty of our life, is understanding that we can be whoever we want to be. We just have to change how we view ourselves. And so I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This was how to awaken your true abilities in order for you to change your life and live, ultimately, the dream life that everyone deserves to live. I appreciate each and every one of you for checking out, stopping by. If you've made it this far, it's not on accident, right? This is a sign that you are at the turning point of changing your life and living the life that you desire. And so I love you guys so much. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. And if you have any questions for future videos that you want me to, not questions, but if you have any suggestions for future videos that you want me to talk about, feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. You can also DM me on Instagram. My DMs are open, so hit me up. But with all that being said, have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night, wherever you're at. And peace, love, and happiness. Mwah.